Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying close attention to the Steelers offseason, you know that one of the biggest concerns for the team heading into the 2025 season has been their offensive line, more specifically, the backup unit. Sure, the starters have looked pretty solid during limited action, but it's in the depth that the real trouble lies. And let's be honest, for a team that's been so successful over the years, especially under Mike Tomlin's coaching, the offensive line has always been a critical piece. When your backups are shaky, it can cost you games, especially when injuries inevitably start to pile up. And if you've been following the preseason, it's pretty clear that the Steelers need reinforcements. The depth chart is thin, and the coaching staff is undoubtedly aware that they need to bolster this unit sooner rather than later. The NFL is a brutal league, and the trenches are where games are often won or lost. Now, Pittsburgh's front office, led by General Manager Omar Khan, has a history of making smart moves, especially when it comes to bolstering the roster without overspending. With roster cutdowns approaching, it's almost certain that Khan will be scouring the waiver wire, looking for potential upgrades on the offensive line. And there's an interesting name that's been floating around as a potential target, Dalton Risner. This guy, a 7-year pro, has been a reliable starter across his career, having played for both the Denver Broncos and the Minnesota Vikings. And let me tell you, he's a veteran who knows what it takes to compete in the NFL. Risner is 30 years old now, which in NFL terms is still prime for a guard, especially for someone looking to land with a team that values experience and stability. His career has been marked by consistency. He started 81 of 87 games in his first 6 seasons, showing that he's durable and dependable when healthy. But here's the thing, Risner had some back issues in 2024, which might explain why he's still looking for a new team. After all, teams tend to be cautious with players coming off injuries, especially those that can linger or cause setbacks. That might be why he's still on the open market, despite his proven track record. What's interesting is that Risner has recently worked out for the Cincinnati Bengals and is scheduled to visit the Seattle Seahawks soon. These visits signal that he's actively exploring options, and it's no surprise that Pittsburgh is also in the mix. Reports from ESPN insider Jeremy Fowler suggest that the Steelers are considering bringing Risner in for a visit. If that's true, then the Steelers' front office better move quickly. You see, Risner's experience and leadership qualities could be exactly what Pittsburgh needs to solidify their interior line, especially as injuries can strike at any moment. Now, let's take a closer look at what Risner could bring to the Steelers. Starting 81 games in his career, he's shown a high level of consistency and toughness. He's been a quality starter, often tasked with blocking some of the league's best defensive linemen. While he's primarily played guard, he has the versatility to play multiple positions along the interior line, which is a huge plus for a team like Pittsburgh that values flexibility. And let's not forget, the Steelers already have Isaac Sumalo at left guard when healthy, and Mason McCormick looks promising as a potential long-term starter. But depth is crucial, especially in a grueling NFL season where injuries happen at the worst possible times. And here's where the financial aspect comes into play. Risner has been on 1-year contracts in the range of $2.4 to $2.7 million. That's a manageable figure for the Steelers, who have some cap space available and are always looking for ways to improve the roster without breaking the bank. Pittsburgh could feasibly offer Risner a contract that exceeds what other teams might be willing to pay, especially if they're competing with other suitors like the Seahawks or Bengals. This might be the key to enticing Risner to choose the Steelers, especially if he's looking for a situation where he can earn a decent paycheck while still having a chance to start or at least be a key contributor. Of course, Risner's motivations are not just about the money. He's been a starter for most of his career, and I'm sure he's eager to land a consistent starting role, especially at this stage of his career. He'll want to prove that he still belongs in the league as a reliable, impactful player. But if Pittsburgh offers him a solid contract with the promise of meaningful snaps, it might be enough to sway his decision. And let's be honest, the Steelers have a history of bringing in veteran players who are hungry to contribute, and Risner would fit that mold perfectly. Now, from a strategic standpoint, adding Risner would give Mike Tomlin and offensive line coach Pat Mayer some much-needed peace of mind. If injuries strike in 2025, having a veteran like Risner ready to step in as a reliable backup could be the difference between a winning season and a disappointing one. His experience and leadership would also be invaluable in helping the younger players develop and stay focused during challenging moments. The fact that Risner is even considering a visit with the Steelers indicates that he sees some potential here, and that's a promising sign for fans who want to see the team improve at that critical position. The AFC North is a fierce division, as we all know. The Bengals, Ravens, and Browns are all loaded with talent, and the Steelers can't afford to fall behind just because of an injury or two on the offensive line. Pittsburgh's offensive line has been a work in progress, but it's also a unit that can be solid if given the right pieces and some stability. Risner's addition could be exactly what they need to lock down that interior, protect Kenny Pickett better, and open running lanes for Najee Harris. It's all interconnected, and every piece matters when you're fighting for playoff positioning and ultimately another Super Bowl run. So, what do you think, Steelers fans? Is Dalton Risner the missing piece to solidify that offensive line? Do you believe the team should make a quick move to sign him if the opportunity arises? There's no denying that his experience and versatility make him an attractive option, and his willingness to visit Pittsburgh shows that the interest is mutual. The Steelers have always been a team that values grit, toughness, and smart roster moves, and bringing Risner in could be a strategic masterstroke. As we look ahead to the upcoming season, the importance of the offensive line cannot be overstated. Protecting Kenny Pickett, giving Najee Harris running lanes, and maintaining a balanced attack are all dependent on that unit's health and cohesion. Risner's addition could be the spark that keeps the Steelers competitive deep into the season, especially if injuries threaten to unravel their plans. The AFC North is only getting tougher, but with smart acquisitions like Risner potentially on the horizon, Pittsburgh can stay ahead of the curve. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. Do you believe Risner is the right guy? Should the team prioritize this move? Or do you think they should look elsewhere? Whatever your thoughts, make sure to share them. I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. Remember, we're all part of this passionate family, and together, we'll keep supporting our team through thick and thin. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Steelers.